Hey there, I welcome you to yet another interesting and exciting episode on Out of the Box. I'm super elated to have you here with me again. And if this is your first time listening to this podcast, you're welcome. And I'm so happy to have you here because you're the VIP I've been waiting for. Of course, my name is Alice and I am your host. You're welcome. But I would rather prefer you call me the Big Alice because when you are big, you are big. Okay, so that was just on the lighter note. So on my previous episode, I started a series where I talked about my school experience, telling you how I gained admission into the Polytechnic Ibadan, even though it was not my will, but at the end of the day, it ended in praise. I was later happy I did, and I'm still happy I did because I'm so happy. Okay, so on this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you how I contested for a post during election in school and how it ended. So during my national diploma, like for every child in a typical Nigerian home, when you are going to school, everybody surely has something to say. And some people will start telling you, the daughter of who you are, giving you different advice and all that. So on that particular evening, while packing my stuff for school, the only thing my sister said was, when you get to school, make sure that you contest during the election and you must win. I was like, okay. But looking at the fact that I'm a shy person, but I can't really call myself a shy person per se, but maybe I just love enjoying my space. I'm not really the type that would say like I want to put myself out there. And she continued by saying, all those people that used to have a post in school, they are always powerful because they have first-hand information before the regular students. They are this, they are that, people respect them. But I held on to the word powerful, and I was like, okay, Alice, you want to be powerful, right? I said to myself, yes. And I was like, okay. She was like, it could be departments, faculty, or the student union government. I was like, okay, when we get to that bridge, we are going to cross. And that was what actually brought up, the zeal in me. So when I got to school, I was actually watching out for that space, like, okay, how do they run this and all that. So when the time came, I tried and I went to I tried, and they were like, okay, for people in their ND, you go for post 2, that is what they call it, and people in higher national diploma, they go for post 1. So I said to myself, which post do you feel you'll be able to fit in well? And I said, why not welfare, like taking care of people, welfareism of the people and all that. Then the struggle began. It was fun actually, because even before everyone, I was always saying it, vote for me when the time comes, I'll be going for a post, because then we can't reveal to people the post you're going for. So I started making awareness and all that. I didn't know what actually brought up the zeal and the energy. I was always telling people, vote for me this, vote for me that, and all that. But the funnest part and the amazing part is the fact that when the time for election came, people were always saying about Alice Akinpelu, but most of them had never met me before. And sometimes when they have the chance to see me, they're always like, wait, where is the Alice? And when they see me, they be like, wait, so it is you, because I have a very small stature. So they're always like, so it is you, this small girl. You are the one that is always disturbing us, vote for me, this and that. And that was why I said the Big Alice, because I have a small stature, but I'm doing big things. So they're always like, okay, and that was it. I had an opponent at the very last minute, and I was very scared, like, how are you going to do it and all that? But trust me, God got your baby girl, and that was how I became the welfare director too. That moment they announced me as the winner was one of my favorite moments, favorite experience in school. I'm telling you, I was very happy. We did interview, went for manifesto. Let me give you the gist about that. Me standing in front of thousands, thousands, because my department is a very large department, thousands of students. And I went there, I said, greatest Nigeria student. I don't want to shout because I don't want you to laugh at me. And I was just trying to gyrate. Oh Lord, this is just a wonderful experience for me. And okay, so let me show you how we do it. I'm like, greatest Nigeria student. Of course, you cannot be saying it with swag the way I'm saying it now, but it was fun and I talked. I gave them my manifesto, and the great part was after my speech and everything, like some students came to me and were like, they didn't have the intention of coming out to vote before, but because of my manifesto they would come. Some said, I love how you talk, I love your speech, I love this, you have a great manifesto, this and that. And that actually gave me a morale, like, okay, even though I was scared all through, I'm telling you, I was scared all through, but their words gave me encouragement, and that was it. And throughout that administration, I could tell you, it's not because I was part of the administration, but the administration was a great one. I really, really had a great time. Aside from the fact that truly, if you are an executive in school, you get first-hand information, you make decisions for other students, and that sort of gave me power. Like, while other students are just being regular, I'm not regular. I have the chance to make decisions for these people, and it's really good to be powerful. So that instigated my second decision, like, okay, when I resume for HND, I want to do this again. Go for a post 1. So when we resumed, I started telling people, when the time comes, you vote for me, this and that. And people were like, okay, Alice, we've known you before, don't worry. And let me now give you the shocking part. Most time, NDA passed, everyone went their separate ways. Life treated everyone differently. Some were already working by the time we resumed for HND. Some were not working. Some have a lot of things going on for them. And at that time, I had started working in a radio station. So when I resumed back, and people are always seeing my updates. So when I resumed back for school, some people, without even talking to me, they already have the notion that Alice is going to be proud, this and that, even without talking to me. And to now crown it all, I don't really talk to people. Like, I see you, I just greet you, hello, good morning, and that's all. Not because I was proud, but I just felt like we don't have any reason to talk. It's not like I'll see you and I will jump at you and start smiling because I'm vying for a post. So due to that, people were always saying, that girl, she's so proud, she's this, she's that. And how many people do I want to explain to that I'm not proud? And if you go back, and they will start saying, I feel she's proud because she's a media personality. And I'm like, how on earth do you draw conclusion because you feel someone works in a radio station that makes them proud? You guys are just having inferiority complex, I guess. And I wasn't having it in school, and of course I had an opponent. To cut the long story short, I didn't win the election. I didn't win, and it pained me. But probably because in the morning of that election, I already had it. I felt it in my spirit that I wasn't going to win, but I kept on pushing. And let me tell you, one main gist is there were a lot of factors that contributed to the election. A lot went on. I got slapped. A day before the election, I got slapped by someone because of this. I went through a lot, but it's part of life. we keep learning and all that. I'm not going to go into details of this lab because I don't want you to laugh at me, but it's part of experience. Yeah. So I didn't win the election, and that was the departmental election because I was vying for the post of our department welfare director. That is mass communication department. So I didn't win, and that was it. So we still have like the faculty election and the SCG election. And when the faculty election, like when the only thing they do in our faculty is not really election, it's permutation and all that. So there were a lot of games, political games played at that time. And I'm telling you, just the way it is happening in school, it is real outside. It felt like we were in like outside world. It was as if the election was just beyond the school and all that. So I went for the Senate seat, and guess what? Your baby girl became the senator. Became a senator in the faculty. Yes, Faculty of Business and Communication Studies. I was a senator while in school, and it was fun. And sometimes the good part is, all these executives, they bring budgets to the house, and we get to argue, we get to slash the budget. Why is this price so? We are cutting it down to this. We cut the budget. We cut the budget. Sometimes when the executive bring unreasonable budgets, as I would say, we call them like, okay, why is this price this? The ability to question them, and sometimes we see how they are shaking. Always gives me joy, and that feeling is just different. And so if you are still in school, if you can go through the struggle like me, I would advise you to go for a post too. It's fun. Like me sharing the experience now, it's bringing back a lot of different memories, and sometimes you do have hangouts, senators hangouts. So you can do the same too, and that's for this episode. But trust me, I still have another interesting gist. I'm sure you want to hear about my love life in school. Yeah, my relationship life in school. That is going to be on my next episode, and the amazing friends I made while in school. And this is going to be the end of this particular episode. Thank you so much for listening. I love you. I will always love you. And please, yes, do well to follow me across all my social media platforms. I want you to really do this. On Facebook, yes, I'm on Facebook. On Instagram, on TikTok, on Thread. Follow me at D_Big Alice. Yes, I changed my username, and that's my new username now. D_Big Alice. And if you want us to talk on a personal level, probably have something to share with me, you can reach me on 0815 339 029. And also, if you are a graduate, you can let me know in the comment section, that's on Spotify. Let me know if you vied for a post, and if you didn't go for any post, why? Are you of the opinion that, okay, if you are currently in school, would you love to be a part of the process? Or is it not just your thing, you just pass, like, no, I don't want to go through the stress and all that? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for listening. Bye.